To access the diagnostic tests and study plans in your Achieve course, click on Resources in the left-hand menu. Use the filters provided, either in the table of contents or under Resource Type, to view only diagnostics. There are 3 assignments for each diagnostic track. 1. The practice test, which is a diagnostic pretest that identifies where students are at the start of the course in regards to the foundational skills needed. 2. The study plan, which includes instructional resources and practice exercises that target each student's areas of growth identified in the practice test. 3. The final test, a diagnostic post-test which measures students' growth and identifies any further areas to work on. We'll start by assigning the practice test, since students will need to take this first in order to generate their study plans. Click on the practice test to open it. Here you can preview the test, and you can also configure the practice test grading settings. Before you can make any changes to the practice test or assign it, you will need to add it to your course. The link in the upper right will say Add to My Course if you still need to add it. Click through the Add to Course prompts and click Continue Browsing at the end to continue viewing the diagnostic test page. The default grading setting for diagnostic tests is Performance. This setting means the student's grade will equal their score on the test. You can change the grading setting to Completion, which means that students who submit their test before the due date will receive 100%, regardless of the score they get. By default, the late penalty settings for the practice and final test allow late submissions for 0 points in the gradebook. To change this, click the Change Late Penalty button. Select an option to give students a flat penalty or a penalty per day late. Set the number of days late you want to allow students. The default is the maximum of 125 days. Please note that after the number of days you indicate have passed, students will not be able to complete their test. If it is a practice test, they will not be able to generate a study plan. Click Save Changes and click through the confirmation prompts. Once you've set the grading settings, you can assign the test by clicking Assign Item in the upper right corner. Select Assign to Students here to see the assignment settings. Give the assignment a due date and point value or assign as ungraded. Later, when you assign the final test, you may want to consider adjusting the visibility here to hide the test from students, so that they don't try to complete it too early. When you're done with the assignment settings, click Save Changes. Now that the practice test has been assigned, you and your students will see it in the assignment view. Once students have completed the practice test, they can work on their personalized study plan. If you'd like students to complete the study plan and final test, make sure to add these items to your course as well.